Yo, what is going on, guys? Sean Don coming back at you with a technical analysis video. It's been a while. It's been a very long while, but I'm still here. I'm still doing my thing. And so let's get to it. Here we have Dallas Thompson, hammer weight thrower, with a little 4-turn weight throw. Looking pretty solid. Managing 4 turns well. I like the bump start. That's the way to go when you throw the weight. Bump start or sling start 100%. If you do a wind, you're just making it really hard on yourself. So avoid winding, kids. Hashtag stop winding the weight 2018. Let's make it a campaign, because it's just no good unless you're a very good athlete like Lance Steele or Alex Young. Otherwise it's just really hard. Makes it really hard. Breaks your posture, makes you drag. Trust me, I know, I did it last year. So yeah, bump start's good. As for the 4 turns, I think it kind of makes your rhythm kind of weird. As you can see, you kind of slow down in 2, 3 gets a little faster, and 4 is the fastest, but so there's a little deceleration. I think it's a weird kind of hitch in your technique. I think if you were to drop a turn and just go a toe and 2, or even 2 heels, I think you'd have no problem accelerating the weight, getting up to max speed, and I think you'd also be more consistent and you'd save throws real easy. Whereas this 4-turn weight throw, trying to make it like the hammer sort of thing, I mean, it's a good idea in theory, but the weight is not the hammer. Just remember that. And then I think there's you're going to pick up more bad habits trying to 4-turn the weight than if you were to just treat it like a special strength exercise and do like a toe and 2 or even 2 heels, like I said. I think a toe and 2 is a sweet spot for most people. But yeah, it's up to you and your coach, though. Maybe drop a turn off, like I said. Be a little bit more consistent with it, and hopefully throw farther. Whereas you have to be so patient through here. It's really hard to do it well, to let the ball pass each time, because it is so short and it's so heavy. It is not an easy thing to do. Trust me, I've done it. And like I said, maybe just drop a turn, but keep the bump start. It's good stuff. So yeah, general analysis complete. Let's break it down a little bit frame by frame. So in the entry here, and let's see if I can get this right. This is my 4th time trying to record this and trying to get the sides of your body correct now that since you're throwing left-handed. But as you can see here, this right side stays with the ball. Very good in the entry. Very nice here. Left side, just a little bit behind, but honestly not a huge deal. It's turning, it's doing its job, it's staying with the ball. You want the right side and the left side to stay with the ball in each turn, and we will see how you manage that as you go through each turn. Catching 1, pretty solid. Posture looks nice. Shoulders over hips, very solid. Working it through. Ball's flat. And this is another thing I think you do well. Most people want to, if you are going to 4-turn the weight, you do have to keep the ball very flat. And like I said, you do a pretty good job through 1, 2, and 3. 4, you get a little orbit, which is natural. It's all good. I like it. Keep your orbit the same. That rocks. But yeah, so as you work through 1, you can see here this left foot, that left foot right there turns a little bit, but this right foot flops open. It's not very pronounced, but it's there, and that's kind of what is the biggest problem in your throw right now. So as you go back a couple frames, you can see left foot turns almost none in these 2 frames, whereas this right foot flops open like a solid 45 degrees. This is where the right side starts to lead the throw, and you'll see this get more and more pronounced as the throw goes on. So right side leading the throw, left foot steps through, catch once again. So with that little bit of right side leading the throw, you do get just a little draggy right here, and then that kind of causes your posture, and you get this little lean towards 0, kind of back here. Towards the back of the circle, whereas you should be more perfectly upright. Shoulders more or less level. You can see you get a little tilt in your shoulders, which kind of will once again get just a little bit more pronounced. That lean, that shoulder tilt will get more pronounced as the throw goes on, as will the left the right side dragging / leading. And here you see the same thing as in the first turn, but a little bit more pronounced, where this left foot barely turns and this right foot flops open. A couple frames ahead, boom. No turn in the left foot, all turn in the right foot. And then you finally see that left foot come along now. And you can see here the separation between the ball and your head and your shoulders and your left side. There's probably about a 15-degree difference here. And once again, like I said, that leading of the ball is very hard through 4 turns because this little bit of, drag will become more and more pronounced, and it's just a huge pain in the ass to deal with. Like I said, you always want the right side and the left side to turn with the ball, not ahead of it or behind it, if that's even a thing. But everything works together in unison to get the best possible throw. And like I said, the right side is just leading a little bit here, and as I said in the previous turn, you get that little bit of lean here because of the dragging. And then as we continue on through this turn, I mean, you fight out of it well, but I think you fight out of it so you get that little bit of lean, and then to fight out of it you have to drag even more. You have to pull that shoulder even harder to kind of counter back. And once again, you can see that left foot barely turn. Actually, it turns here a little bit more than it does previous turns, and then this right side flop open. And you can see here this left foot's pointed probably at somewhere between 90 and 180, and the ball's not even, or just barely at 90 degrees. And you're just leading the ball a lot. Like I said, so what was a little bit of separation and drag in turn 1, or pull in turn 1, whatever you want to call it, has now become much more pronounced by turn 3. And then, excuse me, into turn 4, you see that lean even more. Honestly, posture is not terrible. Just a little bit of lean forward here. But you can see you're even, that little drag that you have, your right side kind of almost comes off the ground, that right foot, just barely. It's very subtle. It's very close. It's hard to tell, honestly, with this video. But you can see that little movement right there is kind of a sign that you don't have enough weight on your right side. And you can see the lean even more here. Lean forward, way ahead of the ball. Separation is good. Separation is good, no doubt in the finish. But I just think you'd make it easier on yourself if you let the ball pass a little bit longer in each turn instead of getting that little pull in that right side. But yeah, so since you are kind of dragging, you don't necessarily catch late, but you definitely catch heavier on the left side. And you'll see in this finish, you're pulling the crap out of it. And you do a good job of working it through, but yeah, you definitely pull that right side to get that ball going in the finish and through all the turns. And then you're going to unwind and kind of end up on this right side of the circle, kind of barely saving it. But yeah, so like I said, what was a small little drag in turn 2, or turn 1 and 2, kind of multiplied even more into 3 and 4, and then you ended up probably almost a full 45 degrees ahead of the ball, whereas instead you want to stay with the ball. But so yeah, like I said, just work the right side and the left side with the weight. I think, like I said, if you drop a turn off, it will make this much easier. Whereas you can see in turn 3, you were only maybe 15-20 degrees ahead of the ball, and then turn 4 you were almost 35-40 degrees ahead of the ball. It'll make that drag just a little bit less pronounced, and you'll get a little bit more natural acceleration through the ball throughout the throw. So yeah, have more patience, work the right side and left side with the ball, and you'll really be getting somewhere. So one more time. Yeah, subtle, very subtle, but once you break it down frame by frame, you know what's going on. So try to work that out, Dallas, and I have no doubt you'll be tossing a PR soon. And yeah, so that's all I got for you guys today. That's nice technical analysis for you guys about the weight. Be on the lookout for my next Sean Don's Knowledge Bomb dropping this Friday. It's going to be about throwing the weight far, and how I do it and how you guys can do it too, where I go over a lot of these concepts, again, hopefully a bit more in depth, and you guys understand them better. So, alright, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Like the video, give it a share, and sign up for your own technical analysis to get learnt and start throwing stuff far. And that's a sign I need to stop because my battery on my laptop is low. So, alright, thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.